Hi everybody, uh, welcome back. In this video I'm going to show you how to, it's a simple one, how to add segments to a primitive object. Okay, so if I select, let's start with a cube here. Notice a cube only has 6 faces, but you might know, especially if you're going to be modeling, you might know how many you want to start with. So if I was going to maybe model a Rubik's Cube, I would want to split these faces up, not as one big face, but I split them up into 9s, right? So here's how. If you click on the cube, because sometimes the information, the attribute editor will be empty. It's just because you're not selected on the shape. So I'm going to click on the word cube, and down here I get some options. And you're just going to make sure that you're on the object. And you can see here, there's segments. It's a 1, 1, 1. If I made this 2, 3, 3, 3, you can see what happens. I've added segments. If you are not seeing these segments, it means you need to go to Mode, View Settings, and turn this on, this Select Wireframe. That's how you see it. So coming back to the cube, I can certainly split up my object into segments, which can be used later if I make this editable, and you can see these now can be modeled out, right? So let's go back and look at a different shape. Here's a cylinder. I'm going to just move it over so we can see it. Sometimes you might want less segments. So if I select the cylinder, let's go to Objects. You can see the height segments are here, but it has a rotation segments of 16. I can roll that down. I could turn this quickly into a cube if I wanted to, or change the amount to the way I like. So real good. There's also some caps here. I can turn off the caps for a cylinder. I can turn on caps. I could round these caps with the cylinder, so the caps has some segments here. And then if I press fillet, you can see now I can tell it how smooth to be. Let me add that. And you can see changing the radius, you can see what happens. I've kind of made a capsule. I can come back to the object and add more segments. Also, the orientation, quickly I can just rotate this instead of getting to the rotate tool, so I can change the orientation. There's a lot of information that you can work with just by selecting the object. However, if you make one of these shapes editable, those properties are not there anymore. So always start with your shape. Let me try a cone. I'll just move this over. Always make a primitive and change anything that needs to be changed here now, because later, if you make it editable, those options will be gone. So that's very important. And you cannot undo a make editable once you start working. So that's just a simple video on adding segments and looking at some of the options you have with a primitive before you get going. Hope you enjoyed. Good luck. Give it a try. And keep an eye out for my next video.